What else we need? I'm trying to think of anything else. All right. I'm good to go, my boy. Make sure you talk loud and clear and let them have it.
Let's do this. Back in the lab. All right, let's go. So we decided to give y'all a real nostalgic feel of when points first started. I know y'all miss this vibe, this energy, but we had to give y'all something a little different because actually we got some big news.
Already?
As you can see, we one member short of the game. That boy Yellow Ye is not here. My brother, congratulations to him, y'all. He's actually out on paternity leave, unpaid, because Point Podcast, we ain't got no money. We ain't got no money. Because y'all ain't buying no goodies. Right. Y'all ain't sponsoring. Ain't no sponsorship going. We need no sponsorships rolling in.
Ain't nobody trying to sponsor.
Shout out boy for real. Yellow Ye, he definitely blessed with a beautiful bundle of joy. So he's actually out on, like I said, on paternity leave. So, he's not going to be with us for a few episodes. But, he's here in spirit. You know what I mean? He going to hold us down. And, of course, as I always got my boy Big Play Zay in the building with me. We're going to do what we do.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We in here. You already know what it is, giving the vibes and giving the energy. Yeah, big shout out and congratulations to all the fathers out there that just had them a newborn this year. They continue to do great and take that responsibility and embrace it, fellas. Embrace it.
Yeah,
and ladies.
I'm about to say, boy.
Got a shout out to women. Yeah, you about to get me hung up out there, man.
Don't know, bro.
Yeah, shout out to the mothers.
Bro, you messing up, bro. I'm about to check that, bro. Look, you gotta start with the queens.
Don't get me checked out here,
queens
man.
First and foremost. As y'all see, that boy Big Play is already trying to give y'all some knowledge, drop y'all some gems, or give y'all some points, as we would say. And that's crazy because, like I said, Ye had his bundle of joy. I feel it's only right. We give him some game. You know what I mean, from other parents and. So I think we should chop it up about parenting. Mm-hmm. What you think about that, Big Play? You cool with chopping up about parenting?
Well, I'm gonna say rule number one. Rule number one as a husband, father, or baby daddy. When it's your time to take full responsibility of the child as they walk out the door to go run their errands and stuff, do not consider that situation as you babysit. That is your child. I have made that comment before. Like, I be on the phone. I be talking with the boys. I be like, man, what you got going on this weekend? Yeah, man, I'll be babysitting. I got the kids this weekend. I'll be watching the kids. And she be like, hold up, babysitting. Like them ain't your kids. So I'll be full-time parenting. Shout out to the single parents out there, man. Hold it down, man. Cause,
So why you feel like that though? Why as men we already be on some like we babysitting?
Well, just because our nature and our role, when we do transition into those responsibilities full time, you're gonna be in your mindset that as a provider and a protector. Now I have to step into the realm as a nourisher. As somebody to, I need to change my perceptions on things so that I can make sure that the kids stay whole and still be able to receive all that different care that they need from the care that I provide as a protector, as a provider, as a decision making. Now I have to go back into my feminine realm and understand what type of nurturing features that I got to go back to my feminine side, to understand how to nurture my children. So I want to make sure that part.
What I'm gonna say about it, I think
you, man?
Historically and systematically, like you kind of touched on a little bit. As men, we was like the hunters, gatherers. Like, the women took care of the kids, cooked, clean.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, traditional gender roles are not the same anymore. It's more of a mixed use we got going on. And I think that's kind of why a lot of men kind of be like, well, we babysitting because we, even today, we feel like it's still the woman's responsibility. That's not right, Queens. I'm not saying it's right. But a lot of men, that's not right. We're not saying it's right. I'm gonna jump in. I definitely ain't gonna get counseled by these beautiful ladies. I cannot get counseled by the ladies that I love, so I'm not worried about that.
Yes.
And first of all, like Big Play said earlier, though, we appreciate y'all, beautiful mothers, queens. Y'all put y'all bodies at risk to bear children for us, to keep our name going. So we definitely appreciate y'all on that. But it's speaking about parenting. You know, there's so many different styles of parenting going on right now, bro. And it's this whole new soft parenting, gentle parenting. You know, bro, when we grew up, bro, we got our ass whooped. Like, I used to have to go get my own switch,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, they definitely got that.
Yeah, I got tapped on, bro. Like, whatever was there,
Yeah.
the race car track,
Yeah.
the hanger. Like, you know, and it's crazy now because you think about those kind of things. It's like, well, damn, that's damn near abuse. But I feel like we was in
Right.
check. I don't know, bro. I don't want to do too much.
Yeah, well, me, don't. But you know, I like to identify like 4 different types of parenting, especially with this new generation.
It is 4 different types.
And what we got going on. Yeah, man. So we have our authoritative type that are the parent that, you know, they give nice sets of rules. They also give rewards, but they have some standards. You know, they got some representation of the family name. You know, how they are supposed to move in the community, and then you got the parents that's befriending their children.
Yeah,
You know, you know, they're more so coping with making them a best friend, or making sure that, you know, they cultivate them in a way where they're relating in their feelings, which no judgment on it, on it. But and then you have the in between
hybrid. It's hybrid.
You know, the parents that, you know, the hybrids and stuff. So, you know, I'm find a way to be a friend, but also I'm gonna try my best to teach you a little life lessons and show some consequences about bad grades and stuff like that. And then you just got I don't even really know the name of it, man. You got the parents that are very authoritative. And you know, not authoritative, but just uninvolved. You just got parents that just uninvolved. That, you know, they're not participating in, you know, little simple things, or just going to like a dance, or school dance, or just being there to help check homework and stuff. You know, and nothing to them and stuff, but their priorities might be something different. Like, they may have to put food on the table, and they may feel that they're too exhausted to do those type of things. So, I mean, much respect to all the different types of parenting, just as long as your child is healthy and mentally strong.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And that's crazy. I want to give a shout out to my girl, Kira. I was actually on her podcast, Kicking It with Kira, and she had me on for being a father, you know, out of the household with my daughter. And so, yeah, shout out to her. She definitely went over all those different 4 different styles of parenting, rather, that you talked about, bro. And I know you kind of spoke on your style of parenting. I'm more of a hybrid too, bro. Like, I actually, you know, I want to teach her stuff and show her that there are consequences, because in this world there are consequences, bro. Like, but I want her to be comfortable enough to talk to me. Taylor be comfortable enough to talk to me about anything. You know what I mean? Because you don't want them so scared where they feel like they gotta hide stuff and all that, man. But parenting is definitely. I don't think you could be prepared for it, bro. What would you say to that? Like, I feel like it's kind of like it's either in you or it ain't in you. I don't want to say that like that.
Oh, you talking about
just parenting?
Oh,
parenting, like before you became a parent. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like, nothing could have prepared you to be a parent, bro.
Look, nothing can prepare you to be a parent and stuff. But from what I know now as an adult, and I say that as an adult, I was never a man. This is just me. I was never a man until I had a child. You know, I always was just transitioning into manhood. But, you know, that was like one of the things that I knew, like, okay, now I have to take full-time responsibility as a man. Because, I mean, without no kids, you know, I can do boy stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I can still be just transitioning to those things. But once I transitioned and had my first child, a lot of different things kind of put in perspective. You know, it was a lot of anxiety. But thank you to my parents and stuff.
Yeah,
and
points to them
leadership
parents.
that my father showed.
Points.
You know, points to them parents. And you know, I was fortunate enough to have him in my life and at least see, like, okay, what type of roles and what type of responsibilities I'm supposed to take on. And so, you know, and I know there can be a lot of anxiety for those who didn't grow up with their father, or, you know, or just a single parent and stuff, and much respect to them. But I mean, it's a lot. But that transition has put me in a lot of different ways where perspective and accountability was
deep.
a must.
That's deep.
You know, I had to pay attention to some things. You know, I had to grow up on some things. I had to learn from mistakes the first time. You know, first time. Because I mean, I'm keeping it a buck as a parent. You know, it's been several times that I have been this close to just mismanaging my kids. You know, I mean, like you could be like, "Dang, I forgot this," or "Dang, you know, whew, I'm glad they didn't do that because it could have been tragic." You know, but just as a parent, just stepping it up and just owning up to those accountability. You know, it made me think about my money different. I went from eating lobster to stopping to get fast food. You know, I still figured out a way to get back to that lobster, but it's an adjustment. You know, it's an adjustment.
Yeah, definitely, bro, definitely. And that's crazy. You said that you mentioned about not having a father, let's say, in the home, or a mother in some cases in the home, or having that 2-parent household. But a lot of times too, I've talked to a lot of people, and it's almost like sometimes they had a 2-parent household, but they still say they would parent different than their parents. You know what I mean? Because it's just something like kind of like a relationship. Like you can't tell people how to relationship with their person. Like everything, it's always different. It's your set or whatever. But I will say this though, I just do want to speak on this as well because, like you said, man, having my daughter, bro, that was the best thing in my life. Like, and of course, I'm not married to Taylor's mom, but that's when I really understood what love was, like unconditional, bro. Like you will lay down your life for your child, like, and that shit just really just mind blowing of how something like that could change your life. And like you said, we always been able to hustle and bustle, do what we had to do, get to it. But when you got somebody that's dependent on you, you have to be a little bit more responsible. You can't bet it all on black every time, because you got somebody else to you got to take care of. Whereas when it was just yourself, you will figure out I'll lose it all and get it back tomorrow, And so those kids are definitely just an amazing and awesome blessing from God. I just want to say that. And this is a hell of a transition. But I do want to touch on it. And so we spoke earlier about whoopings and stuff and how we used to get our ass whooped. And so I want to just talk about and dive into like, is that a cultural thing with the black community, or like whoopings tied to slavery, or what's like, how did we even get to that point where, where people started getting whoopings?
Well, I mean, you caught it right there. You hit the dead on the nail, man. That was a form of discipline that they're just embedded in our culture. Now we have gradually transitioned away from that cultural experience and stuff, but that's all we knew. And at the time, I don't think it was meant in a way that we was doing harm. Like when I used to get a whooping, I was, hey, I'm doing this to save your life, my child. I felt as if,
I agree.
You are not gonna get, you're not gonna be given anything, and you have to be accountable for your actions. And I'd rather you suffer pain now than to suffer a lifetime from your mistakes. And so
it could be a life-ending mistake.
And that goes back, life-ending mistakes. And and you just want to instill that in a way where it was fear, because that seemed like the only way we would be responsible. Because think about it, man, you had all these strong black men that work out every day in the field. You got all these strong black women in these fields.
That's true.
Picking whatever, and just could take over at any time. And you have just a handful of slave owners that was managing them, and the only way they could control them was instilling in their mind fear. And that's the type of education that we was raised on before we could even read and write.
That's true.
And so that's why it's just culturally just kind of just built up over time. But now, I think this is our time as a generation where I feel like, okay, whoopings is starting to get out the picture.
Right.
It's starting to get out the picture. And I ain't knocking it if you do spank now, and I ain't gonna lie, I done spanked my son before, man. I almost cried though, man, when I spanked my son. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I was just like, this supposed to work. And I wonder how my parents felt when I first dropped that spank down on. I was like, yeah, I'm about to spank. I'm about to get this spanking in, man. He was of age. He could talk. He could respond. I ain't even gonna tell you what age it was, but he could talk and respond, and he could tell if he want to. But I was letting him know. I broke it down to him. I named my son after myself. I named my son right after myself, just because I wanted to let him know. I always tell him like, yo, man, you got to be responsible out these streets. I named you because I want you to carry that name, and I want you to be responsible because I'm gonna do what I gotta do to carry that name. So hopefully they hear that name, it will nepotism you into the next process of life and give yourself an opportunity. But you can do something that mess up and get me locked up because they was like, where Xavier at and where Xavier Carrington at, because he done something. And so their accountability need to go through that generational
I agree.
responsibility. But that first time I whooped him, man, I ain't gonna lie, it took something out of me a little bit. I was like, man, I wanted to ask him if he was okay. I was supposed to be like, yeah, man, take this as a lesson. But I want to be like, hey, bro, you okay? But I was talking to my wife. I was like, I don't know if I did it too hard, but he seemed to be okay. But I just went into a panic.
I was gonna say, man, like, it was crazy. I've never spanked my daughter. Like, I've been around when her mother spanked her, and I felt bad. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know what I mean? But it wasn't even spanked. It was like more of a pop with a, like a little tap. Like, But she had like, she got murdered, bro. Like, that shit just hurt my heart, bro. I couldn't deal with it. But what's crazy is how we talk about how times have changed, like how we got spankings or whoopings or whatever, and we don't really whoop our kids. But like, we was in school. That was like parents used to come up to the school and whoop somebody's ass. Like, that's how crazy.
Show out.
That's crazy how times have changed. Though. Like I said, I'm not saying it's changed for the bad, y'all. I'm just saying it's changed from when we were in school. Like, but we done seen with our own two eyes a motherfucker get their ass whooped. We know they would get whooped, and some like one time nigga got his ass whooped when classes were changing. Like, no cap.
Right.
So it's just wild.
Right. I done seen some folks running from their parents trying to duke and dodge. I ain't gonna call
we ain't call no name. We ain't call no name. But this is real life shit, y'all. And it's just crazy how with parents and how times have changed. And so something that I deal with too, bro, with you, of course you are married to your lovely wife, but just being able to co-parent. And with co-parent, one thing I will say, man, is that, I have an awesome mother to my child. She is great. She's amazing. We don't have no beef, no issues. And so, I don't have that story that a lot of people, I don't have that story that a lot of people have about, where it's always benefit to be with this person want to be with this person, that person want to be with that person. We co-parent very extremely well together. Her family loves my family, and so on and so forth. Her family treats me like family. My family treats her like family. You know what I mean? And what's crazy with the co-parent piece, bro, is she actually, we have a little agreement. Of course, you ever get serious with anybody, we like to meet that person that's gonna be around our daughter. And so, I had the pleasure of meeting, her boo thing, in the last year or whatever. And it's an interesting dynamic. I will say that. But it's cool though, bro. Like, to be open with somebody that you have a past with, but you're able to be adults. And I think that's the biggest thing that I would say about co-parenting is everybody have to be adults. Now, I'm not saying I'm on the Diddy shit, like when we traveling together, mixing and mingling families, cohabitating, but we do have respect for each other and one another. So, and I ain't trying to say I got this shit figured out, y'all, because every day it could be something new, something different.
Oh, no.
But, I will say that about co-parenting, bro. And, the boy, we talk a lot, too, about, the boys who ain't married, the child's not in the home with them. And it's a lot of stories, bro. It's a lot of stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It get deep. It get deep. It definitely
get deep, bro. It get deep. And but it's like all I can say is it's no excuse for a man to not be in their child's life, whether you with that person, with her mother or his mother or not. Like, you have rights, I will say that. And for a guy to say, or female, whoever ain't in their child's life to say that they don't have no rights. I mean, that just cap. You just lazy as fuck. You don't want to be in your child's life. Like, you know what I mean? Because if you got to go to the courts to get visitation or see your child, you got to pay. That's just what you got to do. But I just, as a father, and we kind of talked about that shit earlier, bro. It's like, I can never imagine not seeing my daughter. Like, I would say I talk to my daughter every day, bro, on FaceTime. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I ain't gonna act like I don't miss a day, she don't miss a day, or she might go to sleep or whatever. But for the most part, we talk damn near every day. And so I just don't understand how guys or whoever women can't be in their kids' lives and just don't, don't even try to see their child or be in their child's life because of beef with the other parent through co-parenting or a lack of co-parenting. Let me say that. So I don't know, bro. I don't get it, man. I don't get it, bro. Like.
Right, I want to give you your flowers and your points right now, my boy, because just as your boy just watching you as a father and just dealing with those challenges and able to at least find a common ground of communication with your baby moms. I mean, like, I'm super proud of you, man. I see how you move your daughter. I see how you involved, especially, man, you getting involved with her, mentoring her and helping her out on the court. I seen you, man. I just seen that development. You challenged yourself, and I know it was time that you was, you was kind of frustrated because you weren't getting results, but, you stayed consistent. You stayed consistent, and, now you're starting to reap from the benefits and stuff. And I can only imagine that type of connection that you and your daughter have, man. Like, I don't see her wavering from you because you're just doing what you got to do to build a trust. And if you dare, and that's all she know, then you doing what you got to do, bro. Yeah. You're doing what you got to do. And I appreciate that,
I appreciate them points, though, for real, bro, you giving me, man. I definitely accept the whole point.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy, man. It's like, we always wonder why our parents were so fucking hard on us, man. But it kind of makes sense. Because speaking on, like, me trying to train her, let's like say in basketball, and I have her doing the drill, bro, and she'll do the drill. I show her the drill, she'll do the drill, let's say 50 times the right way. And then that 51st time, she'll look me dead in my eye and let's say shoot that bitch underhand or some random shit. And I just be like, what the hell is I'm talking about she hitting it. Then the 51st time, I'm like, what is you doing? You, man. And so they just crazy.
Yeah,
man.
That's right. That's
crazy
right.
How I like kids. That's why I said, you just live. No kind of care in the world. So kids are amazing, awesome. And as you spoke of, you also have a beautiful daughter as well. And so, like, we got to transition. We got to tap into this girl dad life, bro, because being a father in the home with and raising a beautiful queen, bro, like let's just delve into that girl dad life, man. Your experiences and stuff, man, or any kind of advice you could give, you know what I'm saying, another father that might be struggling to connect with his daughter. Because I know you do reps. You giving me advice, actually, bro, on how I connect with my daughter better. Things I've dealt with.
All right, man. Right, man. With my daughter, man. Now I was blessed to have my son first, man, because I was grateful to have a legacy of a protector for the family, just in case anything happened to me. I would hopefully I'll put the shoes in place that he can step right in as a protector. But as my daughter, man, that's like the grand jewel of our family, man.
Facts.
Like, she is, like, I have never felt, like you said, I have never felt love like that. I love my wife. Everybody knows that, man. But the love that she gives me compared to the love that I feel from my daughter and the love that my daughter gives me is like a connection that's bigger and so much more spiritual than our duties and roles as adults. Like, it's so much innocence. Yeah. And with me knowing what's in the world, I try my best to establish myself as the person she will want to be with in her life. I want to try and be the man that she will want to keep around. I want to be the man that show her how she needs to be treated. Right. And I didn't keep it real with her. Because I'm also, I want her to understand what it is to keep that man as well. So, me and her mother, we try our best to show good practice in front of her, on all levels, so that way she can understand it. I let my daughter know clearly, yeah, I'm about to take you out on a date and I'm gonna show you a really nice time. We go hit our little Starbucks run, go catch some little movies and stuff. I open the door for her. I teach her brother to open the door for her and stuff, but I also teach her to be respectful for those things. Thank you, be kind and know how to receive those things, so that you know that you're showing your gratitude. Because I think it's so many times in life that people are raised to receive, but not raised to show the gratitude and appreciation for that return, because that energy needs to keep flowing in that direction. Definitely. If somebody gives you something, you don't have to give them nothing back, but you do have to respond with the same type of energy to help cope that situation, or else somebody's going to get exhausted. And the last thing I want to do is get to that point, if I'm blessed to walk my daughter down the aisle and transition her protector, and talking about, they trying to transition her back, no, it's gonna, she's gonna be able to make that decision where she knows what it means to be loved. She's gonna be wise. I teach her game now, and can't everybody in the house know that, the most wittiest and the wisest and the smartest person in the house is my daughter. She's so witty and she's so creative with her response, but that's because, we feed into her and we protect her and we give her knowledge so that she don't be walking around feeling like a victim. She gonna be feeling like a leader.
Right, yeah, and I definitely encourage.
What about you, man? We be feeding off each other, man. I
definitely concur everything you said. Definitely points to you how you raising both your kids actually. But pretty much everything you said, I do the exact same thing. I'm trying to show her how a man should treat her, and she shouldn't settle for less. But most importantly, I think what I do with my daughter is that I just invest in her into making her know and believe without a doubt. And it's crazy you got that shirt on, bro, that she can manifest anything that she believes, whatever she wants to do in this world. Don't let anyone, and I mean anyone, tell her what she can and cannot do. I don't even let her use those words. Can't, won't, will not, won't, any of that stuff, bro. Like, I just speak positive life and motivation into her, and just let her know that she can be, she's going to be successful. She's going to be amazing. She's going to be a great human being. And she's going to, she's going to give, everything she needs to give to the world that God's purpose is for her. You know what I mean? It won't be stopped. And so that's the main things that I kind of just, instill on her. And, we talked about all the good stuff, bro, but at the same time, I don't know if you've had to have a different conversation with your children, or any one of your kids, but I know I have. And it's mainly, the thing about little girls, little girls, they have attitudes, bro. And and my daughter, she's 8, and that's when you're starting to develop those attitudes and stuff. And I just, she showed me an attitude one time, bro, and it was in a game, man. I just couldn't fathom or understand, like, where she was coming from. Yeah. And it was a difficult conversation with her of just trying to explain to her about, like, accountability, bro. And, like, you out here in front of all these people in the gym and you showing your ass because you're upset about something. Yeah. You literally, like, out of control, like, you on the court, you ain't even running. Like, you just done gave up on, and I tried to explain to her about accountability. Like, not only that, you on a team. So you giving up on your team. You like the best player on the team, but you giving up on your team. You just out there. Like, and I'm yelling. I'm telling the coach, man, take her out. Like, she got to learn because she got to learn. And that was a difficult conversation after, like, that game. What'd you say, bro?
No, I was about to ask you, man. What's Taylor's sign, man? What's her sign?
July. What's July? What are they? They cancels, ain't they? I don't know. Hold on, I just be knowing mine, bro. Yeah. And so so I had to have that difficult conversation with her, like, about just being accountable, about being a good sportsmanship, about being a good person. Like, and the thing about it, our kids, bro, they are so blessed. And so blessed is a good thing, but it also sometimes make these kids spoiled. And so when things don't go their way, it's like they don't know how to deal with it. They haven't faced the trials and tribulations yet that we faced and know how to adapt, you know what I mean, of growing up like how we did. So it's like that was definitely a difficult conversation, just trying to explain to her of like how to carry herself, being accountable, not let her emotions get the best of her. Because that's the thing about like, you know, especially in today's time, men and women, you know what I mean, like modern men and women right now, it's like they don't know how to control their emotions. Like it just fly off the handle. And I don't ever want her to be a person like that where you can't control your emotions. I'm not saying be emotionless and not feel things, but when you just, you know, can't control yourself or you out of control, or it's at like the wrong place and time, and I just want her to be able to carry herself different, you know. And that's why I kind of try to speak that positive in her. Because even, you know, like, you know me, bro, even my life goddamn going to shit, I'm going to still be positive, you know, and just because I know it's going to turn around.
That's
like,
right.
It's all mental, man. The universe is not going to let you down, ever. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's right. I tell my kids, man, ain't no such thing as a bad day.
You choose
to have a bad day.
Exactly,
you know?
bro, exactly.
Yeah, you choose to have a bad day.
Exactly, bro.
You know, man, with Alani, man, you know, just her energy and stuff. I think she's more. It's a little bit opposite for her. She tends to kind of disconnect if I'm disappointed in her. Like she tries so hard to make me proud, as well as in her situation, she has an older brother. So every time he succeed or do something great, you know, she wants that same attention because she understands, like, you know, that approval and that type of love, you know, it's rewarded and stuff. And you know, we look at this and we say our kids are definitely living. I will say, yeah, our kids are living a better life than when we grew up. You know, our parents did their best, and now we're in a situation where we're able to give to our kids, you know, tenfold. But who knows, when our kids grow up to be adults, you know, they might think this is hard time.
It's true.
You know, they might do even better, which I want them to think that.
Yeah,
I want them to feel like, you know, I remember when I was growing up, you know, only thing we had was just TVs on the wall, you know, not TV, not no 3D project, you know, whatever the new wave is. I just want them to know to keep pushing. You know, I think we're doing a great job of just instilling the characteristics that's gonna make them good, productive people in the community.
I agree, man. So, and points to all the parents again. Points to y'all. So listen,
big pumps.
Listen, y'all, check this out. I feel like all three of the members of Points Podcast are like doctors of this parenting shit now, because I want to give a congratulations once again our boy Ye that welcome his bundle of joy. Give him his points. Beautiful baby. Big pump.
That boy stepping in it. Hey, I done keep it a buck with y'all now. When he come back, he gonna tell y'all.
He gonna tell y'all.
Story. You know, I told him you gotta lock in that transition. My boy, a man.
He a man.
Now, you know,
he a man now. He letting nuts hang now. He a man.
He gonna come back. I done been through the fire. I'm back.
So look, Points Podcast. Like, we done helped y'all with all y'all parenting needs. That's it, man. We out. Points, man. We out.
Yeah. Hey, pumps. Hey, pump.